Hi guys and welcome back to the CTFC perspective, and today's video is going to be split into two parts. So the first part is going to be what I believe to be Cheltenham Towns' strongest starting 11 right now. It's going to be quite similar in fact to the last team out, because I think we played very well in the last turnout, sadly just falling at the final hurdle with a last 94th minute equaliser from Charlton. But considering we haven't got a win since November, we've got 3-1 all draws on the bounce and 2 losses before that, we need to change something and make a tactical change, which is why I believe in the second part of this video I'm going to go into the tactical changes which I would make. It's only subtle ones, obviously I'm not saying change formation, change major personnel. I'm just saying maybe there's a few little changes, little turnarounds which we could do to actually turn our form around. So starting off, without further ado, if you wouldn't mind just smashing that like button, that helps share the video around and really just helps us grow as a community and helps the video get out there. Speaking of the video getting out there, thank you guys so much for the video support recently. The video that we uploaded just yesterday has almost 500 views already. It's absolutely amazing. And the Chelsea chance video is almost at 12,500 views. Considering before this week, over a week ago, I'd never had a video hit 10,000 views. This is absolutely amazing. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind smashing that subscribe button and hitting that notification bell so you know when a video goes live. And if you have any questions or queries, drop it down below and I'll try and answer every single one of them. I noticed there was a lot of questions on that last video. So yeah, with that all out of the way, let's get into what I believe is Cheltenham Town's strongest starting 11 right now. So, in goal, I have gone for Owen Evans. He's definitely the goalkeeper which is in favour at the moment, really starting the season with Scott Flinders, and I believe Owen Evans has only played 9 league games this season. Obviously, Flinders has played a lot more games this season, and actually, quite ironically, kept a few more clean sheets and made more saves. So the stats do not really back Evans up, but I'd say even though that we've been dropping points and obviously been conceding goals, he's not been in the worst form, obviously conceding 1 every match the last few games, and to be honest, you can't blame the goalkeeper. Some of the goals he's been conceding is absolutely idiotic. He's making good save after good save and just letting in ones which realistically you can't expect the goalkeeper to save if it's top corner or if it's a rebound, etc. And I feel a lot more confident with him in goal because I think he can save the better efforts, and I feel a lot more confident with his kicking as well. So in goal I definitely go with Owen Evans. Let's move on to the defence. So, in the defence, I've gone with 3 obvious candidates. That is Long, obviously the captain, Charlie Raglan, and Will Boyle. Will Boyle, Charlie Raglan, and Long obviously been at the club for a long time. The real experienced heads at the back, and I think when you're going through bad form, you need experience at the back. They're strong, they've got decent height on them, and they all complement each other. I'd say Long is much better with the ball at his feet, whereas Will Boyle, he will chuck his head at everything, and while Charlie Raglan, I'm a big fan at his tackling, and he's just come back from a kind of long-term injury, so hopefully him getting back in the starting 11 I'll be very confident about. Obviously Charlie Raglan has the best chat at the club as well. What I do think that if Will Boyle goes to the left, Charlie Raglan goes in the centre, and Shawnee Long making that makeshift right back / right centre back role, and they almost spread out slightly. I think that would be a great complement to each other because it gives the goalkeeper a lot of options. You have almost like the aerial threat of Will Boyle. You can pass out of the back with Shawnee Long onto the right wing back, which I name in a minute, and then you have Charlie Raglan. Just if anything gets loose, just make that last second, last ditch challenge. So now onto the wing backs. You gotta say it first, thank you so much Chris Hussey for all your efforts and everything that you've done for this club, and I hope nothing but the best for your new adventure at your new club. But we need to put in someone else at left wing back, and for this I've gone for the guy who's played a few games at left wing back this season, or seemingly that would be Lewis Freestone. He's more of a defensive minded player, so I don't think for my tactical change, which I'll go into in a bit, it will suit him that much. But we just need a left wing back which will run up and down the wing as much as possible, just like the wing back on the opposite side, Matty Blair. He doesn't stop running, he puts heart into every single performance, and I've really seen the fruits of his labour this season, just at saying absolutely why we signed him. He's been caught out a few times, granted, but obviously no one's been in the best of form recently apart from a few players in midfield. So I definitely say keep him in. We haven't really got anything else to play in that position apart from Shawnee Long, who I've put as centre-back. So yeah, those are my 2 wing-backs. For the 3 in the middle, I've gone for a rather unorthodox triple pairing, and that is Callum Wright, Liam Sercombe and Connor Thomas. They all have their own attributes very similarly to the three centre-backs. So obviously Callum Wright is a much more attacking-minded player. I'd almost put him as a centre attacking mid, but definitely on the centre of that midfield three. So he just gets the freedom of the centre of the pitch. I'd put Connor Thomas on the right. He knows how to take a penalty. We haven't had many of them, if any of them, for a very long time. And he's just very good with the ball at his feet. And then you have Liam Sercombe, the pass master. He can get anywhere with the ball. I really like to say he's the League One Mateo Kovacic. Bit of a stretch, but as you can tell, I'm a bit of a fan of Mateo Kovacic. So yeah, that's the midfield three that I'd go with. I don't think I'd make any changes because the one thing that I definitely say that we've done this season is we've won midfield battles. And apart from a few performances or a few segments where we've gone missing, I'd say our midfield has been absolutely amazing this season. Let's move on to the two attackers. So for the two up front, I'd say one of them is absolutely obvious for me, and that is Alfie May. And it's not just because he's one of my favourite players on the club. I'd say he puts his heart in every single performance of the club. He leaves everything on the pitch. He tries everything. Granted, he sometimes tries a bit too much, takes an early shot, goes a bit extra and doesn't make the pass. But he definitely puts effort in. That's all I can ask for. For his small stature, he tries to body defenders and tries to get around the back or even come short for that extra pass, which I think is great for a striker, especially when you're playing off another striker. And for his strike partner, who would definitely stay further forward, he got a goal on his debut for the club. Obviously, the new man. I'm not really interested in any other strikers of the club. Just before I say his name, come on, we gotta get the song rolling. That is right, Ndulu. Okay, what a forward, what a goal, a poacher's effort. Granted, it wasn't a screamer on your debut, but that's all we need. We just need a finish from you, son. Got the goal, they at least managed to get us a point, and that would be my starting 11 for the next game and many future games to come, as long as there's no injuries, because I truly do believe that is our strongest lineup. Okay, so this might trigger a few of you Cheltenham fans, but this is just me looking from my own tactical perspective. And if you don't appreciate my changes or you just think they wouldn't work or they're idiotic, please just leave a comment down in the section. Just try to do some constructive criticism and I'll try and leave my best answer to all of them. But this is how we currently lay out at Cheltenham Town. Obviously, Cheltenham Town, we play the 3-5-2 with the 3 in the middle, the 2 up front, obviously the 2 wing backs and the 3 centre backs. And I just think that we're playing a bit too compact and a bit deep straight from the off. Even Alfie May, one of our strikers, is coming deep for the pass, and it seems like we're almost playing 2 centre attacking mids, a striker, 2 DMs. Obviously, the wing backs aren't even playing wing back because the amount of times that we get overlapped, we just have to play 5 at the back. We're almost just, we're literally playing 5 at the back with 2 DMs, and then something makeshift up top with Alfie May, a striker of the manager's choice that week, and obviously Callum Wright returning from injury very recently. Whereas I think just if we made these few minor changes, we actually could become a much more attacking side, a much more threatening side, and definitely be able to get some more goals where even if we do concede a few or we do get caught on the break, we're still bringing home the 3 points. Okay, so changing it from a 3-5-2, just making a minor change, quite literally just putting Callum Wright in his more natural position of a centre attacking mid, I think it would look a lot more natural. So you could call it a 3-4-1-2, or I like to call it a 3-2-2-1-2, because obviously the wing backs and the CDMs, I don't really like to say they're in their own line, because I'd say I would really like a compact 5. Like we're talking sandwiches, small balls, just easy, keep the ball so they have to press us, then we can pass outwards. Not even on the same line, not centre mids, because obviously the centre mids and wing backs, they tend to be on the same line. But the 3-2-2-1-2 I think could be very effective for Cheltenham Town because of these reasons. Okay, so as you can see with the diagram on this side of the screen, there's the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper gets easy passes out because once the centre-backs spread out slightly and the CDM's going to sandwich in to make that compact 5, that means the goalkeeper can pass it straight to the CDM, straight to the centre-back, or even wide to the wide centre-backs. You can even call them full-backs if you really want to because they're going that far wide. I believe that could be really impressive because obviously the way that we're defending at the moment, we're staying compact to try and stop crosses into the box. And granted, aerially, we're winning all of it, but we're still getting hit on the outsides of us. People just go onto the wings and they try and cross it into the box. And the amount of times we conceded from that is absolutely atrocious. So I think if we spread it out, we can stop the attacks just as before they're even started. And I think that will really help. So obviously now you've got the passes between the CDMs and the centre backs. It also gives the passing opportunities straight to Callum Wright. Now, obviously the away side in this example are playing the 4-4-2. Not that many people play that, and obviously players move around. So I'm making it look simple. This is in a theoretical situation where Callum Wright, once you've broken the press, it will be in some sort of space, a wide circle on his own, where he can work his magic, do some skill, and ultimately make the pass. Number 2, I think, like I said, the wing-backs are coming way too narrow. Even when they're running up the pitch, they're trying to run with the ball into the centre, trying to become that extra midfielder, trying to overload the midfield, or even when they're dropping back to try and cover a runner, they will quite literally become a 4th or a 5th centre-back, and it's not needed. We need our wing-backs to be much more attacking. Granted, we've got a much smaller budget, we've got a much smaller squad, and realistically, if we're being honest with ourselves, we've got a much smaller, quality compared to some of the teams in this league. But if we want to be aggressive and we want to get 3 points, we have to try and go for games at this point, and I don't think we're doing it unless it's very late in the game or it's against an opposition which is in very bad form. So I think if the likes of Matty Blair and Lewis Freeston obviously trying to adapt to this new position, if they can just bomb down the wings, become that extra man in the attack, make the fullback or the wingback of the opposition think twice. Are they going to mark them? Are they going to mark on the ball? It really adds to the pressure of the defender and can cause massive mistakes, as we've seen in some parts of the season where we've tried to go for a goal. And finally, but oh my god, most importantly, we need to give Callum Wright his time. At the start of the season, he was our shining light. He was getting goals, he was getting assists, he was being the best player on the pitch week in, week out. Now at the moment, squashing him into that centre 3, he barely gets time on the ball. Or even when he does, when he gets the shot off, even if it's a terrible shot, he gives the striker an opportunity to rebound it. It's amazing work for such a young player, and I can guarantee you he will be the next James Maddison or something along those lines. He's an amazing midfielder. But like I said, we need to give him time. So obviously, if you're giving him that centre attacking mid-roll where we can catch teams on the break and not have Alfie May dropping deep into that pass, it gives him so many more opportunities. On the lines of Alfie May and the strikers, they need to start running him behind. The striker that partners Alfie May is always the one that holds up, and seems like Alfie May is just trying to run him behind. No, I need them both running him behind. Even if they got the most pace, or even if they have to battle off a centre-back, it's always good just to get this defence running back, because then you have one of 2 options. You can either press the man on the ball and risk the offside trap, or you can keep pushing back and hope you go for a block. Obviously, that can mean he could get a shot off. It means we can play one of his beautiful through balls, which we've seen on countless occasions this season. And obviously, football is not perfect. Mistakes can be made, and you can definitely be hit on the counter. Like, for example, in this situation here, if Callum Wright loses the ball, then you've got 3 players out of the game. The 2 CDMs are, the 2 wing-backs, in fact, sorry, they're probably already bombed down. You've got 5 players out of the game, and then it's a 5 versus maybe 7 or 8 if they get in the right amount of players on the pitch. And you could be hit very, very badly, and it could lead to another 5-0 thrashing like a few weeks ago. But I say if we try these things, it could work out very well for Cheltenham Town. To finish off the video, I'm not saying Cheltenham are having a bad season. They're playing absolutely amazingly. They've just won the league. They're in a new league. People thought we were going to get relegated. We lost our captain. Yada, yada, yada. But once again, we come up against the adversity and we go straight through. We go straight past it and we keep moving forward. I'm not saying players need to go. I'm not saying major changes need to be made. But come on, we have to be realistic with ourselves. We need to start getting wins on the board, because otherwise we will start slowly falling down that table, and that's one thing that we don't need to happen right now. We need to stay in that league above Forest Green. We can keep the bragging rights. And yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. I tried my best to give the tactical analysis. I put a bit of time into that whiteboard, as you can most likely tell. And yeah, I just kind of did a bit of a brainstorm what I believe the strongest lineup is. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. Just go over it one more time. If you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, gonna help share the video around and help us grow as a community. If you wouldn't mind smashing that subscribe button and hitting that notification bell so you know when a video goes live. Obviously we're getting so close to 1,000 subscribers, only around 92 away now, and yeah, it's getting closer and closer by the day. I'm so excited about that. Questions or queries, please drop it down in the comment section. Anything about the tactical analysis, any players that I chose, or any changes that you would make, please drop it down and I'll try and have the best conversation with you. Or even contact me on my socials, the links are down below. And that is about it, guys. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.